this is still on the the documentary I watched on Maggie's War. But it takes a lot of guts. Often in my world I refer to it as a Hail Mary, but they kind of go hand in hand together. But I will tell you, in order to be a warrior or have warrior spirit, it takes a tremendous amount of grit and help. You've got to figure out what your, how deep you can dig, how far you're willing to extend. So this part of the story is related to a bridge going into a campaign they needed to get across so that they could take this bridge. This is during World War II, in order to make sure that the enemy couldn't take it, because that's how they'd get their munitions back and forth. So literally they had to get in these little tiny, basically canvas boats, and make their way across. And as it turns out, these little boats were poorly fabricated, and they were sitting ducks. But Maggie knew that this had to be done, and he had to be in there with his men as well. That took a lot of grit, and that took a lot of guts. We're not in a war, but all of us feel like we're fighting a battle every day. And a big part of my job is to make sure that, people to try and find them the opportunity. I'm not going to put you in a paper boat, but to figure out a way to dig deep. I have a good friend of mine that for years and years and years has always said, I don't know how you do it, but even when there is no more bootstrap left, and things seem impossible, but I know that they're necessary, she said, you always seem to find a way to find more bootstrap to be able to go on and figure out a way. This goes to the point I've made before about pivoting, being able to pivot, figure out what needs to be done, and being willing to take the action, regardless of the way that may appear to others. Make sure you do your homework, find an ally, find a superhero, or super friend rather, and I challenge you to have the guts to do it, because it's not going to be easy, and it may be uphill, and you may be alone, but that's often the way leading is done. So whether you want to lead or whether you want to find somebody to help you, again, if it's financial, maybe I'm your girl, but make sure it's somebody. Hope it's been a good use of time.